there is a gang in Peru that kills people so they can extract the fat and sell it in the black market.
Yeah. No, it's winner, chicken dinner. It's not even close. Definitely the most outrageous story of the day.
It's insane. First of all, I didn't know that there was a market for fat, or a black market for fat. Because fat, I mean, people are dying to give their fat away. You know?
Yeah. Well, now they're literally dying to give their fat away in Peru.
Now, 3 people in Peru in this particular gang have confessed to killing 5 people, all right? Oh my God, I'm going to read you what they do to extract the fat.
Earmuff the kids here. This is pretty
hideous. So one of the people is named Mejia, the other one is Castillejos. They confessed that the gang would cut off the victim's head, arms, and legs, remove the organs, then suspend the torsos on hooks above candles that warm the flesh as the fat dripped into tubes below.
Because they need the liquid fat, apparently. Mm-hmm. Now, this story is mental in 18 different ways. One, because of what they're doing. I mean, that's unreal, right? Number 2, you know, a lot of the scientists in the story that they quoted are like, why are they doing this? There's plenty of fat in the U.S. and in the Western world. Like Anna said, they're giving it away.
Right.
I mean, you do the liposuctions, there's 100 ways to get human fat if you need human fat. And so now they claim it's for the skin. And
yes. Supposedly, there are some anti-wrinkle remedies that use human fat, right? But
by the way, I'm gonna go home and throw away all of Wendy's, wrinkle creams and all that stuff on the off chance that they're coming from Peru, right? I mean, can you imagine? You want to talk about something that makes you not want to use anti-wrinkle cream? Now, it's not all the wrinkle creams.
Cenk, people use placenta as anti-wrinkle cream.
Oh,
you didn't know that? There are placenta treatments.
You should have told me to earmuff myself. Jesus.
Yeah, people
please.
go to extreme lengths to avoid getting wrinkles. It's almost the most normal thing in the world, considering we're in Los Angeles. Okay?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but in Peru, why they're doing it in Peru, they explain it, right?
Uh-huh.
It's because there's this local tradition or a myth that's been around since pre-Columbian times, that human fat is good for you, right? And that they've been draining human fat by killing people, apparently, time immemorial in that area. So obviously, there's a market for it, at least there, right? Because of this tradition, which is a very, very unfortunate tradition, obviously, right? And so if there's a market for it, somebody's going to do it. And this is in a really wild area of Peru where they got some,
drug gangs,
et cetera, a lot of vicious things going on. And people can't believe the story, except these people have admitted it, and there's apparently a whole gang who does this, and 6 of them are still wanted, 3 of them have confessed, and given the local tradition, it makes more sense. I mean, tradition is a weird way of calling it. It's just something that was in the ancient culture, right?
Exactly.
And so I guess that's why they're doing it. But I mean, I immediately took a note to self: don't get your fat ass caught in the jungles of Peru, because there's a pretty penny to be made by me. Okay, so I'm nowhere near there.
Right, and keep in mind, there are still 60 people missing that are believed to be victims of this
The fat gang.
The fat gang.
Man, that is a vicious and strange gang. But that's part of what's amazing. That's part of why we do the show. I mean, there are so many amazing stories in the world. There really are. But here's Peru now joins the list along with Kandahar and Fallujah and Somalia and some other places in the world where you will not catch my fat ass.
Watch more clips at theyoungturks.com.